Hi, it's JJ Mom. I'm going to make a video right now because I just got a request from Harrison to read him a story. And there was a book that I picked out just for him. It is Curious George and the Dump Truck. So I'm going to read the story right now. So for the rest of you who are watching, if you have this book, you can read along. And if you don't, that's okay. Just sit down and get comfortable, and I'll read it to you, and you can take a look at the pictures as we go through the book. Just a little thing. This book came with 50 stickers, but if you remember, I got these at the thrift store, so some other little boy or girl had this book before I bought it, and there are stickers in the book, so we'll see if we can find some, okay? So this is Curious George by Margaret and H.A. Reeves, and it's Curious George and the Dump Truck. And the pages stick. So, this is George. He lived with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. This morning, George was playing with his toys when he heard a funny noise outside his window. What do you think he heard? It sounded like a quack. And George was curious. What could be quacking underneath his window? Look, he's trying to look. What's that? That is a sticker. It was a duck, of course, because ducks go quack, right? Can everybody make a quack noise? Quack like a duck. And then George heard another quack and another. Why, it was not just one duck. It was a mother duck and 5 small ducklings. The ducklings were something new to George. How funny they were. He watched the ducklings waddle after their mother. Where were they going? George was not curious for long. Look, here's another sticker. Soon he was waddling after Mother Duck, too. Look, he's trying to look like a duck right there. Now he could see where they were going. These pages stick. The ducks waddled all the way to the park, and George loved the park. Today he saw children flying kites, and gardeners planting trees by the pond. And then George saw something he had never seen in the park before. What do you think he saw? What do you think? Let's see if we can find out. It was a dump truck, and it was big. In fact, George was not even as tall as one wheel. Look at that. See, George is smaller than the wheel on the dump truck. Maybe some of you are smaller than the wheel on the dump truck, too. George forgot all about the ducklings and stopped to look. He was curious, right? It would be fun to sit in such a big truck, thought George. Uh-oh. I think George is going to get into trouble. No one was inside the truck, and the window was wide open, and George could not resist. I think George is maybe going to get into some trouble. You're not supposed to get into a car without a grown-up, right? Okay, but sitting in a big truck was not so fun for a little monkey after all. George could not even see out of the window. Look right here, he can't see. See how little he is? He was too small. If only there was something to climb on. Would this make a good step for a monkey? Look what he's doing. He's stepping on those controls right there. That might be dangerous, right? Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully his trouble's not too bad. Did this make a good step? Well, it did. Now George could see out the window. He saw grass and trees and a family eating a picnic. Suddenly, George heard a low rumbling sound. Was it his stomach rumbling, he wondered? It had been a long time since breakfast. But the rumbling was not coming from George's stomach. It was coming from the back of the truck. George was curious. George is always curious, right? He climbed out of the window, and then only a monkey can, He swung up to the top of the truck. Now he could take a look. He saw the truck was filled with dirt. George was excited. What would be better than a truck full of dirt? Well, what would be better than a truck full of dirt? If you have trucks, I bet you put dirt in the back of your truck sometimes too, right? I know Harrison does because I saw that really nice park down the street from your house and you were playing with your truck there. And look right here. Here's another sticker. George jumped right in the middle of it. He jumped right in the middle of the dirt. And then sitting on top of the dirt, George felt the truck bed beginning to tilt. Uh-oh. See what kind of trouble he's going to get into now. Tilted higher and higher. The dirt began to slide. It was sliding right into the pond, and George slid with it. George was having fun. Look how he's sliding there. It does look like fun, doesn't it? But the pile in the pond got bigger and bigger and bigger. And soon the fun was gone. I think George just realized what he did. Just then, the gardeners came back from lunch and stood with their mouths wide open. They saw the empty dump truck, the pile of dirt in the pond, and a very muddy monkey. They knew just what had happened, but before they could say a word, George heard a familiar sound. I wonder what that sound was. He heard more quacking. The gardeners heard it too. Then they heard people laughing. "Look," said a girl, "the ducks have their very own island." Look at that, right there. Indeed they did. The pile of dirt made an island in the pond, and Mother Duck and all her ducklings were waddling right on top. George was sorry he had made such a mess, but the gardeners didn't seem to mind. "We're planting more trees and flowers to make the park nicer for people," said one of the gardeners. "But you've made the park nicer for ducks, too." Look, more stickers. Sticker, 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 sticker. Later, a small crowd gathered at the pond. "Would you like to help me feed the ducks?" a girl asked George. George was delighted. Soon, everyone was enjoying the park more than ever before, including the ducks, who were the happiest of all in their new home. The end. And look at all the stickers here. Lots of stickers. Look at these little pockets. And this is all empty. So that was the end of Curious George. And that was a pretty good story. But even though you might be curious, you're not a monkey. So if you come upon if you come upon a big truck or something that you might be curious about, make sure that you talk to a grown-up before you make a decision to do something. I hope you like this story. And if you want to read any other stories or you have any other games, well, I don't know about games. I'll have to figure that one out. But I have one coming up because I got a special request for a lion hunt. So pretty soon we're going to go on a lion hunt. So you'll have to stay tuned. Ask your mom and dad to help you subscribe. And let me know what you want to do, what you want to read. Thanks again for watching my video. I love you guys. Bye-bye.